Hi, everyone. This is Dee Marley with the Historical Fiction Company. Today, we have another book review for you, and I have to say, this book really took my breath away. This is about The Shadow of the Mole by Bob van Laerhoven. And I have to say, I've spent many years savoring my favorite novel, The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and comparing many new historical fiction novels to that one. And so to find another one which resonates so much with the soul and mind as this one, and for it to have a similar title, The Shadow of the Mole, is simply astounding. Here's the book cover, if you can see it. That's it. And first and foremost, this story is a work of sheer genius and a work of art, alive and breathing the most beautiful and gut-wrenching prose. And there's a couple of quotes that I'd like to quote if it's not too long. But in summary, the story is set in 1916 World War One in the trenches of the Bois de Bolante, France, where a mysterious catatonic man is discovered while trench diggers excavate tunnels beneath the lines of the German army. After he is taken to the field doctor, Michel Denis, and named the Mole, the doctor and a nurse named Marie are sucked into the mystery of this man. Denis, formerly trained in some psychiatric field in the psychiatric field, loosely diagnoses the man with shell shock and attempts to get to the bottom of the man's hidden identity and story. So then it's like a story within a story emerges when the doctor gives the mole a notebook to which the man starts to write an almost otherworldly automatic recitation on the pages, possibly his story, or is it his story? Well, the doctor becomes obsessed with this man's story and this tangled psychological thriller about a man named Elaine searching for a gypsy girl with a diamond in her belly button, a girl who changed his life in just one meeting. And in the story, Elaine reveals the sordid and corrupt underbelly of Paris during the Belle Epoque era, a time when philosophy, art, absinthe, and the new discoveries in psychiatric treatments by Sigmund Freud bubbled to the surface in a cacophony of hazy putridness. The comparison between the horrors of the war, fighting in the trenches, and the decay of the city before the war, as well as a person's mind, is beyond compare in the way the author reveals the mystery. The doctor himself is struggling with his own problems after losing his arm in an explosion, and which eventually sends him to a different post at a mental hospital while still serving as a doctor and supervising the man known as the Mole. And then he leaves behind the one person who understood him better than he realized, the nurse Marie. And while at the hospital, his friendship with the director Ferron gradually reveals more about the patient's history as well as the secrets hidden in Denis's mind. The culmination of the mole's identity, the letters from Marie about her fate, and Denis's obsession with horses come to a stark and shattering psychological conclusion, one which will stay with the reader well into the dark night. For this reviewer, it's not possible to put this book aside to get one wink of sleep until every single word was absorbed. While many who are avid historical fiction readers might be inclined to more light, genre-typical reads, this meaty, thought-provoking literary novel is one for the ages. It's truly a classic in the making and will go on the shelf right next to my copy of The Shadow of the Wind. As a trigger warning, this is not for the faint-hearted, as the descriptions of war, the shell-shocked rages of the mind, trying to deal with the brutalities, the harsh connections of Freud's psychosexual analysis on patients, the searing flashbacks, the references to old-age philosophers and poets, as well as the traumas suffered in early childhood, play out with such authenticity as to bring tears to the eyes on more than one occasion. A brilliant offering of astounding historical literature with themes such as the survival of the human spirit in the face of hopelessness and ultimate love within the ugly chaos of war and the disfigurement of the mind and body. Again, The Shadow of the Mole by Bob van Laerhoven receives 5 stars and the highly recommended award of excellence from the Historical Fiction Company, and it was a very close runner-up to our book of the year for 2022. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click in the description about this book where you can go and buy the book. You can also go to our website at www.historicalfictioncompany.com to sign up for our newsletter, blog posts, reviews, and our new historical magazine, Historical Times, also has reviews and also articles from some top historical authors around the world. Our podcast, History Bards, is available to subscribers through YouTube and Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Spreaker. You can learn more in the descriptions, and thank you for listening today, and we'll have a new book review very soon. Bye.